Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and as you can probably tell, I'm pretty excited. I can't stop smiling because we're reviewing yet another Seymour Duncan product, my favorite pickups. Today we're checking out the Beast, the Parallel Axis Distortion. It's starting to come back into prominence. Players like Brandon Ellis are putting them into their signature guitars. But what I can tell you is this thing is a beast. Lots of saturation and good for some leads. So come with me, we'll throw it into a mix. We'll do some leads, we'll do some chugs, we'll do some riffs, and see how this thing plays out. But stay till the end because I'll give you my final verdict on this pickup. This is the axe, let's go. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Nick. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube. I do a lot of guitar history and gear reviews. Now guys, if you like the content, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate it, and that would just mean so much to me. Thanks. But anyways, back to this thing. Man. So the Parallel Axis Distortion is an F-spaced trem bucker, meaning that it's suited for string spacing in the bridge area for like tremolos and Fender style guitars. You'll see it's got a dual pole design, meaning like each individual string gets two different poles. And this pickup looks super sweet when it's lined up on the strings. Thus, make sure you put it on an F-spaced guitar. Pretty much like all high output Seymour Duncan pickups, it's got a ceramic magnet. It's overwound for the sustain and big tone. This bad boy tends to be paired with a Parallel Axis Original or a Parallel Axis Stack. That tends to be a good mix for this bridge pickup. It also has 4 conductor wires and is vacuum wax potted so you don't get any squeal. So if you look at this thing, you can see how those poles line up with the strings just like that. While G spacing or F spacing probably doesn't matter for the sound because there's like a magnetic field, it just looks better because it lines up with the strings. Anyways, let's throw this into a mix and then I'll do some leads, I'll do some riffs, and we'll talk about it. All right, for all the sounds that I'm using, this is going into STL Tonality, Will Putney plugin. I'll probably use several of the different actual presets, and we'll go from there, okay? Let's go. Yeah, and if you can pick up on that mix, this thing's got a little bit of roar and grind to it, which I kind of like. I could see this being a pretty good pickup, even like maybe like a baritone to get those real kind of deep chugs that just sound kind of, you know, crunchy. But anyways, let's check out some just basic leads, some solo leads, and I'll do just a clean setting just so you can hear that. Here we go. Alright guys, so that's how the Parallel Axis Distortion sounds. What'd you think? My take, I'm happy with the pickup. I do like it. It definitely speaks to my style of playing. I think the biggest positive about this pickup is the way it sounds in leads. It makes leads scream. I do a lot of sweeps, arpeggios, and I like never use the neck pickup. And it's always good to have a bridge pickup that can almost be, you know, kind of embody a neck pickup with it, because I'm a fan of guitars that just have a bridge pickup, And this one is super versatile for all those leads and picking up even those like almost neck tones. You can feel and hear the output on this thing too, like string scratching, all those little sounds. If you're a really articulate player, this definitely is a good pickup for your leads. Now this thing, I feel like it might be a little overly saturated. In the lower notes, it kind of does sound muddy. I know this guitar is tuned into C standard, so that might have something to do with it. But for the riffage, it just doesn't sound as tight for me. Going deep on the low E string, it just kind of sounds a little messy. But that could always be this guitar in my setup, who knows. Another thing is that when I installed this, it barely fit through the pick guard. So what I had to do is the ribbon that goes around the pickup, I had to almost like cut it and kind of like stuff it down. The winding of the pickup is like way too wide. It's kind of fat. It would work in something that's just mounted directly on the guitar, but fitting it through a pick guard was a little tricky. I don't know how it would be to fit through a pickup ring, but it was a little tricky. So my final take, this pickup is good. I wouldn't say great, but it's good. It probably speaks to a certain type of playing, a certain type of riffage, a certain type of genre. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I would say it's a great option to put into some of your guitars. But that's just my take, man. I want to hear what you think. If you have one of these, or you love playing it, or you don't love playing it, let me know in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And guys, that's all I have today for this video. I really want to thank you for stopping by. If you like the content, please subscribe below. That would help me out, and like I said, I would just appreciate it a lot. With that said, I will see you guys later.